Because I think perhaps corporate media, including television and print, are slowly becoming aware that they helped create Donald Trump. They did. And how did they do it? With this fucked up, ridiculous, bullshit journalism school 101 of everything has to be in balance. If you're going to report that the earth is round, you're supposed to give equal time to people that say the earth is flat. I mean, that's so insane. But that's what you're taught in J school. I can remember when I first started in talk radio here in Atlanta. The corporate thugs at WSB, Cox Communications, insisted that if I talked about an issue that was obviously one that most people could say, you know, that's fucked up, I also had to present the other position, usually the right-wing neo-fascist position here in the South, in order to provide balance. And I hated that. I hated that. Because I knew, and I knew my bosses knew, that the other side of some of these arguments was pure fabricated cow shit. Made no sense whatsoever. So I think a lot of people in the corporate boardrooms, and I do believe some of them still care, if not the corporate boardrooms, the corporate editorial control, I think they're beginning to realize what they have assisted in giving birth to, this fucked up horror of Donald Trump and the violence and the destruction that he is advocating. I'm an advocate of changing the system, and I'm an advocate of doing it with millions of people in the street peacefully. Just a general strike. When did the civil rights movement arm itself and go stomping through white neighborhoods, killing white people, aside from Haiti? When did that happen in this country? It didn't. Because the leaders of the resistance to racism, institutionalized racism, were moral. They had a moral and ethical center. Donald Trump has rats and fucking worms at his center. And he's spewing that out to other people that have rats and worms inside them too. So while I've advocated massive peaceful resistance, that's not what Trump is talking about. Trump is talking about chaos, guns, violence, and by extension, murder, lynchings, God knows what. Fairness and accuracy puts it this way. Commercial journalists are rightfully alarmed by Trump's increasingly shrill attacks on the press, which he asserts has an agenda to elect Clinton at any cost, at any price, no matter how many lives they, the journalists, destroy. This kind of apocalyptic rhetoric is an invitation to violence against reporters. I guess you know what's happening at Trump rallies and has been happening for some time. They're caged. They're put in fucking cages. And then Trump turns the audience, his screaming fucking neo-Nazis, he turns them against the press. And they don't care. The Trump supporters, these are American fascists. They're demonstrably American fascists. I don't give a shit anymore about this. Oh well, we're angry, or we're ashamed, or we've been left behind. Fuck you. If you don't want to get left behind, don't be left behind. But this kind of whining I'm going to get my gun and my Bible and go kill you fucking liberals. Really? And why is that? Because you're a dumb shit, probably. How about first they came for the Pacifica reporters, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a Pacifica reporter, etc., etc. Jesus Christ. Fair says, if there are any regretful reporters at New York Times, Washington Post, the broadcaster, cable news outlet, or any of the other media properties that neglected to cover Goodman's case when she stood accused of thought crime, they can make up for it by reporting on the still pending case of documentary filmmaker Dia Schlossberg, who is facing up to 45 years in prison based on 3 felony counts derived from her reporting on the Dakota Access protests. You think they will? Shit.